What is up, guys? Speed here, and today I want to just basically get something off my mind that I've been thinking about for a while. And essentially, this is my idea on why so many people get stuck in these plateaus in Dota, why they can't get out of their bracket, and why their teammates are always so bad. So, I've done quite a bit of coaching recently, and a common theme in which I've noticed is that a lot of people come in and they complain about their teammates, or even if they do say, I worry about myself, and they look at what they're doing in the game, there always is a side note. There's always at least one or two side notes that, hey, this Necro is feeding. Hey, my Earth Spirit didn't come mid. Like, there's always some example, it doesn't matter when, but there's some example in which they blame their teammates or at least bring them up. And this confuses me, right? Because when you're in a learning environment and you're trying to learn about how you want to get better at Dota, why would you focus on someone else? The one side note you could say, and the one example of why maybe it would be logical, is for a team environment, right? You should focus on your teammates because you have to work together and what they do is important. Sure, you can make that an argument, but in a solo queue environment in which your teammates will change every single game, sure, you might have overlaps, but will most likely change every single game. Why in the world would you worry about them? So what I've come to, my conclusion is that for the majority of people, they are not truly interested in getting better. Even if they tell themselves they are, they either aren't truly concerned about getting better, or they don't know how or what the proper steps are to get better. And there's a single stepping stone that many people just can't get over. They don't even see it, and they constantly trip on it. This stone always gets in the way, and that's teammate syndrome. If you were studying in school, and you're in college, high school, university, doesn't matter where you are, and you're taking a test, and you start worrying, I wonder if my classmates are passing, I wonder if my classmates are failing, or you're working on a group project, and you start thinking, I wonder if my group teammates are going to do their work. What is inevitably going to happen to your own work? It's going to suffer because your mindset and your willpower is not on your own thoughts. It's not on your own development, right? And in Dota, this applies more than anything else because it's a team game. And unfortunately, people get so wrapped up in this idea that they need their teammates to win every single game of Dota. And now, I'm not going to say that feeders will prevent you from winning a game, or that the Mirana who's throwing arrows at your range creep isn't griefing your game, because in reality, they are. But the thing is, if you look at it like that, you'll never move on and see what is proper, right? If this Mirana throws an arrow at your range creep and you say, I lost lane because I had one less range creep, you're going to keep losing that lane. Because in reality, the reason why you're losing the Kunkka-Lina matchup is because you're not using creep aggro and getting hit by tons of LSAs. And people can't see this bigger picture because they flood their mind with the fact that these external factors are the only reason why you're not going up. Then why in the world has every time I've played an ancient team in a qualifier match, have the games not even been close? And you could get mad at me for saying that. Why are you bragging? Why are you putting ancient players down? But the reality is, because they're still missing something. And I'm not saying that maybe they have great mindsets to people I'm beating. Maybe they just need more time. But the point is, there's always something to learn in Dota. That is why it's a beautiful game. It's a fantastic game. I love it, you love it, and I think we know why we love it. It spikes our emotions, and it's so deep. This game, it's incredibly deep. But when you focus on your teammates, it becomes shallow. Dota becomes a very shallow game when you focus on your teammates, right? Because the only objective then is to best them. I've had so many people tell me, like, I'll look at a replay, I'm like, why'd you do that there? Why didn't you stack that camp? And they're like, well, because I didn't want to help my teammate, right? Because they flamed me earlier. Why didn't you buy the wards there? Well, because my teammate just said, can we buy wards or observer wards in stock? Stop worrying about getting the upper edge and win the upper edge in the long term. If you buy those 4 wards right there and focus on, hey, where's the proper wording for this game? You're going to win in the long run. They'll keep getting angry. They'll keep getting mad. You simply can mute them, unless like they are genuine in their intentions. Sometimes people can be genuine about needing wards. But you focus on where you need to place the wards. You focus on, okay, do we need to go late game? If so, I'm going to place defensive wards to protect our jungle. Do we need to place aggression on the enemy team? Then I'm going to smoke into their jungle and place deep vision. But the majority of people will hear their teammates say that or read it. They will immediately close their brain and look for the first way they can spite their teammate. This is so unproductive, it's unbelievable, and it is the main reason why people cannot get out of their brackets. It's not mechanical skill, has nothing to do with mechanical skill. I've seen tons of players in the ancient bracket that in many aspects could rival me in mechanical skill, potentially. But the thing is, when it comes to knowing Dota as a whole, they're not even close. Why? Because I've spent my brain power on focusing on matchups. I look back at my past games, I focus on my mistakes, and I understand then in the next game what I need to do, where they're just clicking their buttons, right? If you can only focus on emotions, you'll never be able to focus on the deep mechanics of the game. Your emotions don't help you know when your game timing is, unfortunately. Your intuition does, and you need to build intuition by focusing on what's important. So please, when you go into your next game, actually I don't even need to say please, but if you want to help yourself, if you genuinely want to help yourself improve at Dota, go watch a replay, or think about your past game, and if the word teammate comes into your head, do your best to push it out and say, maybe I could have helped them. Maybe I even could have prevented them from tilting. And those thoughts will actually win you games. Because being the core that is unshakable, the untiltable mountain in your solo queue team is what your team needs. Unfortunately, the gaming community is very unstable. I think everyone knows this. Players are very emotional, they can have hard lives, often even be depressed. And as a result, if you are the core who does not tilt, you will win games purely because you're thinking about what is best for yourself and best for your team as a whole. And that is never to spite your teammates, to worry about every mistake that they make, because that will get you nowhere. And hopefully you take this into consideration and apply these in the long run. Because what's often going to happen after you listen to something like this is you're going to go into your next game. It's going to be fine. You're going to apply what I'm saying. You're going to focus on what you're doing. But then you might lose. And when you lose, you're going to get really mad. You're going to get sad. Your emotions are going to spike. And you're going to be like, damn, I just hate Dota. I hate this game. My teammates always hold me back. And you'll keep going down this road. It's a cycle. So please, really keep referring back to this video and think, if I want the best and I really want to go up an MMR, if I'm genuine about my intention, if I'm not just playing to escape something else and I'm playing because I want to get better, then your teammates should be the last of your concern. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, but before I leave you, I just want to let you know and remind you that over at gameleap.com we have thousands and thousands of guides made just like this one by top tier pros so that you can learn the game of Dota in depth and gain MMR as fast as possible.